All right, every time we start, it says it's not ready yet. It says, oh, it's not ready yet. So Addie's saying hi. We're going to find out if they're ready. I guess that's what we got to do. We got to say hi a bunch of times. Okay, so I think it's live now. I have to figure out how many seconds to give it. Let's give it 1 minute. I'm gonna give it 1 minute to start. Yeah? So 1 minute. One. No, is it 1 minute? 2 minutes? Huh. She wants to give y'all 2 minutes. All right, let's get started. Hi. Hey there, it's Angeline here. It's Angeline and the team today. Today we have a lot to do in our garden. We have two garden tanks that need refreshing. So the tank is this one down here. It's our garden tanks. We have plants growing that need pruning or potting them. Some pots, I just want to get them potted and outside. Let's make room for new plants. So we got this one to do, and then we have this one here. I'm gonna try to do them together. Usually I do one at a time. I'm gonna try to do both of them at the same time. Rinse them both out together, wash them out together, so we'll have time for our pruning. Because we have a lot of pruning to do. And we have a bunch of plants outside that need to, we have our second green stalk that needs plants for it, and a few other things. Here we go. Ooh, what happened here? Y'all just got this. They just got a furry, and the furry isn't furrying. The furry changed color. Here's your phone. All right, she wants her phone. Okay, so, also when we do our tank refresh, we do some root checks and refill. Root checks, refood, some hydrogen peroxide in there. We get all the things to keep our tanks clean and ready for the next chapter. We also change this area to a soil area, and the plants transition pretty well. We're checking on those. Okay, so today's a good day to get gardening, and let's get started. So we're doing wide angle today because we got a lot to do, and I'm going to keep switching from one plant area to the next. So let's back up here. First things first is we get our towel out so we can put our garden there. Hopefully watering doesn't happen while we're doing this. We clear our little shelf here with whatever we got sitting down relaxing. Our passive gardening on there. And now we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we're just going to be, today we're going to be switching back and forth from one side to the next. So from one garden to the next garden. We also have stuff in the nursery, so we got to check on those too. So let's go here. Same thing. Whoopsie. There we go. So we are going to lay our towel down. Step one, put towel on floor. This is where our plants are going to be waiting while we are cleaning the tank. Next, I'm going to get anything movable. Our garden, we're going to check in on our live garden. Our nursery, so we're moving our nursery. When we got even our lemon basil is also here. Okay, so step one, we got the fan on. I put the fan on for the plants because it's good for their health. Help get air flowing through. So the fan is on. It's on a timer. It comes on for a couple of minutes a day. When I spend a lot of time in the office, now let's turn it off. I still feel the fan on even though the light is off. All right, let's at least make it colder. Okay, so let's get the garden out. First thing, we open up the top here. We take our little lid off. So we got our lid off. We lift up the pump to make sure it's free and clear during this process. We move it to the side, unclip our sides. So today our attempt is going to be to put two of them, take two tanks out back to back and rinse them outside. All right, and then we hold by the main part, lift, and put on the towel. It could lay flat, or I lean it up on here, but it could also stand up solid. Is it standing? No, it's not. So let's let's lean it a little bit. Oh, it's on an uneven part of the towel. There we go. So there it is standing up. So we got one tank out. Now you can sweep up the corner. And this is gonna go outside. So let's move this over here and do the same thing to garden number 2. So we're gonna be doing a lot of going back and forth between gardens. Just for this part. Whoopsie. So again, take the lid off. I do a root check during this time. That's also why we're gonna be doing pruning during this time as well. I can see someone's roots in the water already. Unclip the sides. And then we lift from the pipes area. And put it right here. Put it on our towel. Make sure it's standing up straight. We get our So let me get a Swiffer or a broom or something real quick, a duster, dust out the area, because once we come back inside, we're just going to be putting the water back, tank back there. It's very dark, looks like it's about to rain any minute. So we got to get outside quickly, since I decided to do this outside. I'm sure the hose could fit inside. So spider webs here. We're just getting it out of this corner. And we're going to do the same to the other side really quick. The Roomba is able to get the rest. We're just scooping it out to the middle, and the Roomba will get the rest. All right, so we have two tanks here. Our lilies are thriving. Our lilies are doing the most out there. And that's mainly because, all right, so we gotta do this quick because it is dark. That's mainly because they have been getting all of the food. So when I empty this out, it gets food. So I make sure I give it to a plant. So this is our lilies. They are massive. Look at the size of these leaves. They're growing green and lush, but they're getting the plant food. So it's doing really well. Today I'm going to make sure our cherry, roses, and lavender gets the plant food. So this is our cherry plant here. Our cherry plant is growing up, our cherry tree. So we're gonna make sure it gets as much food as it needs. So this is where we're gonna throw the water. Let's go really quick because it's really dark. We're pouring out the food here. It's been raining, so it definitely is very moist already. Put it on like this. Let's see that side. Let's get the next tank. Moving quick because it's very dark, especially for this time of the morning. So we're gonna put these on our rows. Right. Okay, so we have our 2 empty tanks, and we are going to rinse them out here. Do a quick rinse and refill right next to each other. Let me go get some vinegar. Okay, so I usually do white distilled vinegar. However, my vinegar is missing. I mean, it's finished, so I'm not going to be using white distilled vinegar. I'm using a drop of apple cider vinegar, but the acidity is what gets rid of the poison. So yeah, I'm refreshing the tanks outside. We're using outside water. Whoops. All right, let's go. Good. Again, rinse it out. I moved it over here because while I'm rinsing it out, wherever I'm rinsing it out, the nutrients that was in here are going. So I like to do a good cleaning. Now I use the high power one to get any of the, it's very easy, any of the grime, dirt, stuff like that, stuff in the corners out. And so we use the high powered one first. Little swish. So we're not wasting the food and the hydrogen peroxide. Use a little bit of stuff in here. Okay. And then now I'm going to put some more water in it. And once I add this water in, this is a little bit of water add in there. And then we're going to add some apple cider vinegar in there. So yes, this is, but I just use a little bit of vinegar. Usually I use regular white distilled. There's no need to go get this one. However, it's the acidity, so I can use lemon juice also. But for the most part, it's white distilled vinegar with some water just to wipe it out. I'm not using a sponge right now. It comes out pretty easy. Just get some of the water. Any place you see a little buildup. All we're doing is getting rid of buildup. Because I use the Hydro Boost inside and the hydrogen peroxide inside, it doesn't really, I don't have too much trouble with buildup. As you can see, just by rinsing it for the most part, most of the buildup came off. We're doing the same thing here. Just a quick rinse. I don't want to water this plant. This is not a plant I want in here, much less be watering it. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Get it out of here. It smells great. That's the plant we want to get all the food and the anti stuff. All right, so we got the two of them. Just gonna do a little rinse out. It's squeaky clean now. Just getting a little bit of stuff out. And now time to refill them. This is a little quick and easy. I think this is my fastest to date. The weather is motivating me to move a lot faster. All right. So again, we just fill up to those lines. I have some grass on my finger here. So we're gonna fill this up. These plants are flowering over here. I'm gonna definitely clear out over here another day. Clear out these plants in the front. Our mustard greens are growing pretty large, so we're going to be transplanting the mustard greens out here in the front because it is much cooler, and this is the hot part of summer. So we're going to transfer them over and let them get some cool summer shade, and so they could live a little longer and grow a little more. So we're watering, filling our tank with water here. We have two of them, 5 gallons. Again, I do an estimate of the 5 gallons. Then once I put it back in, I'm able to see if it needs additional water. So I'm just putting it up to the line, which is about where the 5 gallon mark is. And then after that, there we go. So it's about 5 gallons there. Let's fill this one. Usually that's about 5 gallons. I just confirm with the app to make sure it reads 5 gallons. And that's it. See, our towel comes good when we bring this back in. Dry it off with the towel. So we're filling up our garden tank with water. This to me has been the quickest and easiest way of refilling the tanks to bring them outside and refreshing, because putting them over the kitchen sink, lifting them up. Both of my tanks are closer to this area and this part of the garden. The reason being is the south is in the back of the house, and the north facing is in the front of the house, and the house basically casts a shade on the front. So the front of the house is very shaded. There's not that much sunshine up here. Where the cherry tree is where the sunshine starts back again. That's where it clears the shade. So once we get our sunny areas, you can even see the cherry tree leaning towards the more sunny area because there's more sun in that direction. So I do a lot of plants that have light assistance, sun assistance. They are more in the front rooms. If you need any assistance with light or anything, I do them in the front room. All right, so we have our estimate of 5 gallons set up here in our tank, and we're gonna bring them back inside and reattach them. We'll bring them back inside, add our plant food, and add our hydro cleaners in there. So we're gonna add our anti-algae mixture. So we're gonna add our mixture and our food for our plants. So let's go back in. I'm gonna bring you guys in first. All right, so you guys are gonna go right here, and we're just gonna do our mixtures here. I would have done them outside, however, again, any minute the rain might come. Actually, let me do them both right here so they're next to each other, and it's easy to mix and drop them in. Because any minute the rain might come, so I don't want to take up too much time outside. Let's get back in quickly. Both tanks, both machines, they were bought at separate times, but they're the same model. They're both 4.0s. If not, I would have had some trouble figuring out which bottom went to which machine. But since they're both the same, we're gonna be okay. We got one tank here. Let's bring the other one in. Let me hold the door open. Okay, so we got the two of them in. All right, so we're inside. The rains can come. All right. So to make things easier, We're just gonna do our mixtures right here next to each other. So this is multiple tank refresh made easy. Got a little spoon. There we go. So this is our multiple tank refresh made easy. Two at once. Now let me get a spatula so we can mix the two items in. It's our Hydro Boost. It's our little mixture. We get a little spatula and then mix it in. Okay, so for 5 gallons of water, we add 5 spoons for fruited plant of our food. Now, I've noticed that, especially when I have more, the fruited plants are growing very big, but when I have more fruited plants and a lot of green plants, I do 5 heaping spoons. So I'm gonna switch to 4 heaping spoons. What do you mean? We weren't giving this to you. She doesn't want this. This is not for you. It's for the plants. All right. So we got 4. 1, 2, 3. Yes, because I can't help but the spoons be heaping. 4. Because I've been doing 5, and I think it's been over. You see it building up. 1. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you rinse off the spoon. Woo! And then the next one we have, it's supposed to be 4 for hard. Okay. I'm going to do 4. Because it was outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not our filtered water from the fridge that I'm using. So we're gonna do 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you want to come down and play now? Wait. You ready? No. No? Oh boy, I thought she was ready to adventure with you guys. All right. All right, you ready to come down? No? Come on. She's been in here for a while. We went on a walk today. Okay. All right. Come on out. You're good. Okay, so then I mix these up. You want to mix? Here. No. Put your hand in. Here, mix. All right, this one needs mixing too. Mix this one. All right, so let's put it back. These edges here go in the back. They are for the plug to come out and stuff. So I'm gonna put this facing the back. And then let's get it in. Woo! It's a lot of growth going on here. I don't know where to hold it from. I can't see where I put it. Look at this. Whoever that is, look at whose roots, someone's roots are hanging. This is why we do a root check at this point. Because this is when the roots are just, people are just there doing the wrong thing. So we just put it in. That's it. Oh, I closed it. It's not it. All right, let's see let's level it off in the back. Make sure everyone falls into their place. Okay. Make sure these are fully open. Okay. Is everything in? Mom. Just make sure it clicks right in. Yep, it's clicked in. I'm gonna close it for now. Drop the stuff back in here. Take our towel, give it a little wipe down. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna prune, check those roots, move out, he needs to move out. As we saw, some of the roots were all the way into the water, the main water, which is not good because if it's in the main water, it's drinking the nutrients out of the water, and so the plants up top are just getting empty water with no nutrients. No, no, no. No hands. No. It's okay if you don't. Also, it's not. If your hands get on the water, it's okay. I want it. I know you want it, but we'll finish. There you go. Okay. Next one. Hope you guys aren't getting dizzy from all the spinning. We're gonna put the next one in. Same thing. Larger bumps facing the back. Larger bumps facing the back of the machine. 2 bumps here going in the front. Lift from the pipes, not the lights. Watch. And we're gonna come back and adjust the roots. This one is too close to the wall. Oh, here we go. All right, they look open. Usually this slides right in. So, but because I can't see the bottom, I don't know where I am in the slide-in part. There we go. All right. Oh, no, not. There we go. No. Let's make sure this is open. Too far on one side, not enough on the next side. All right, let's make sure everything back here. Need to move it forward. So I can't see where I'm putting it down because of the leaves. So I'm not able to see what straight down is versus. There we go. These giant collard green leaves and broccoli leaves, I can't see straight down. So that's the issue. Hold on. I think I hear the garbage truck. Emmanuel! I hear the garbage truck. Yes, this is pretty important also. Today's also garbage day. And then we do the same thing. We lock it back in. I guess we can start the roots check here. I was gonna say we'll be back for our root check, but we can do our root check right now on this side since we're here. Root check and pruning. I was gonna prune on the table because I figured it would be a little easier. But once the plant is out for the root check, we might as well prune and clean up. This is our container for other items. Okay, so we have our garden back together. We have our nursery. Let's put our nursery back for now. And we're gonna do a quick root check, pruning, and moving of certain plants. I actually want to start out there because I know that the tomato plant needs to be pruned. And I would like to go into detail on how we prune our tomato plant. So let's go there. And start root check. And we know there's root situations over here going on already. So let's get our scissors. And let's get checking, cutting, all of the above. So we are going to be checking our plants, pruning. We've refreshed our tank. We've added our Hydro Boost. We did that whole process. Now we're making sure that the roots are clear. Now, when we lifted up the tank a few minutes ago, we saw some roots were hanging in the water. So let's just get those, because we know they're an issue already. Let's see, chives, they're doing good. Lettuce is fine. What is this? Mint. Mint tends to jump into the water. Somebody's drinking the mint water. We'll cut those roots when we get to it. So I guess that was the parsley. Ooh, there. Parsley's not even doing all that. Oh boy, see the parsley is being held. Look at the roots holding on to the parsley. Someone was literally holding the parsley. Let's take this down. Holding tight to the parsley's food source. So yes, this is why we do our root check, because we have some aggressive plants in here who just not only grabbed onto the parsley, rooted all the way into the bottom. So we're taking these roots out. Now this is why our parsley was growing slow, and as we go higher up, we'll get to that plant. It seems to be this one. I wouldn't be surprised. So yes, it is. It's our mustard, green mustard. So we are going to, I'm just cutting these roots completely. The green mustard roots were going past the parsley into the tank and eating its food, which was not good. So we got it out. Because especially a plant like the green mustard that grows large, it would eat the food, the peppers, no one would get food. And we're like, ugh. All the plants would be not growing, and we're wondering what's going on. Okay, so we got our mustard plant. Whoops, back on. We broke a little thing there.
Yes.
Okay, and we're gonna harvest a little piece here. Nice full size leaf. We're harvesting, so hugely pretty good. This is all the parsley's life. All right, then we have our banana pepper. Seems to be doing good. This is our lettuce. Lettuce is fine. It's a little bit out there. We got tarragon, lots of algae growth. That's another thing with the food. That's another reason why I'm putting just a little less food. It's because I feel that it's possibly adding to the algae growth. Our butter cruncher just went in here, doing good. Jalapenos, doing fine. We got one root that went too far. So now I tuck them in, so I just cut them off completely. There we go. Let's put it back in.
No.
I'm not a big jalapeno fan. We have a lot of jalapeno plants. This spinach is coming out of the container.
What?
So these are our roots. Let's see where we go next. We have our kale. All right, so this pepper plant is pretty large. So I said I wanted to do pruning. Let's prune this pepper plant. Take it out completely and get it pruned in some good light so you guys can see what exactly we're looking for and how we're pruning this plant. So here we go. We're bringing it over here to our table. We got a little bit of dead leaves on it. We need a little bit of care. So I usually take them out for pruning. It's kind of hard to prune them in there. Sometimes you miss. Sometimes I get nervous. I might clip another plant. Not nervous. Other plants are too close. It's very bushy. So it's hard to just isolate one by itself. All right. So of course the bottom few we keep clipped and safe. Then we have some plant that was pruned before and it fell off. Now let's turn you guys around so I can see that you can see how to prune the plants properly. Okay. There we go. So here we go. All right, so here we have some leaves that were just there. Let's see what we have here. We got some leaves that dried. So yeah, really good visual of what's going on here. These are also drying, and they fruited and dried. So, but I'm gonna take them off. Let's give this plant some life here. This one has a flower on it. This one has a flower, but it doesn't seem to be doing good. We have like 3 suckers on one stem, so we're gonna just cut off this branch here. So the in-between plants are the ones you want to cut off. They're called suckers because they basically take energy away from the plant. So I'm going through here. Any of the plants that are growing in between, I take them off. Any plants that have fruited already, I take them off. Things with flowers I usually leave depending on the condition. This one is one stem. It came across here. The flowers are looking good. It's looking good. All right, let's look at this stem here. This one has a few dry spots. Let's take up this whole bottom piece. It's not doing too good. We're looking for 2 or 3 suckers growing off of one limb and anything lower down on a branch that's growing, that's not doing too well, that's struggling. If it is already flowered, I leave it on. But if it's like this one or young, I take it off. So this one has already flowered. But this one is just a lot of branches just growing out here. So I hold them all together like this. And and get them off. So we're not looking for a more bushier or greener plant. We're looking for a more fruitful plant. So we're focusing energy. So, especially when it's not like it's outside, where our resources are unlimited. Inside, the space that there's in the garden is limited space. So we take it off. So at the beginning of every stem, so this one branched out here. At the beginning of the branches, at the lower parts, I take off the branches that are growing, little leaves that are growing out. So they're just growing out. Nothing is really going on with them. They are just taking energy away from the fruiting parts. So basically think of it like another plant. So this is the main branch, and then this is a new branch of a main branch. The bottom you just want to take off because they're not flowering, nothing's going on. So the bottom node, we take off the leaves because it's not flowering. Same thing here, bottom node, and then only let the top grow through. If we have any plants that are drying or anything, to also clip them off, any leaves that are drying. But yeah, we have a couple of plants that are just leafing. And we want fruit. So as you can see, there's a lot of fruit growing here. What plant is this one? This is our jalapenos. A lot of fruit growing there. We got 3. So we want to make sure it's getting the energy and not being stopped by these other plants that are, other branches that are growing lower down and taking it before it can get to the fruit. All right, so we did that one. Got another branch here. Again, bottom of the branch, lots of just greenery. So we're getting rid of the greenery. We want fruit. We like greenery, but not too much. This plant's about fruit and our nice jalapenos. It's also okay for these to be shorter growing because they are growing indoors on a hydroponic system. So I'm okay with making them shorter. All right, so this branch, nothing's going on here. We're getting rid of it. Okay. Uh-oh. So we got a lot of fruit going on this one. Let's get rid of this. All right, so we got our plant looking nice and trim. See how the leaves are a little dry here? Now it can have more energy. Yes, the balloon is pretty. All right, so I'm also looking because they are getting pretty tall. I don't want them to be so tall, especially since they're indoors. We want a little cute. The plant doesn't have to be tall to be fruitful. And it's have a decent height, but again, we're on our other branch. See, this one has fruit up to here. Let's bring it down. Some of these, the top of them have fruit, so I'm not gonna cut those down. But these that does not have fruit past a certain point, we're cutting them. So we pruned our jalapeno plant down. All right, get these little suckers out. No. We came just in time for the garbage truck. All right, so we got our pepper plant pruned, our lower parts pruned. We got flower. We got flower here. Oh, fruit there. All right, so we got our nice jalapeno plant. Hopefully focusing its energy. Oh, you can't see the top of it. Focusing its energy on bringing fruit. Let's see. I'm checking to see if I can get any of them shorter. Any pieces shorter than they already are. This is a fruit that just came out here. There we go. All right, so we got our little jalapeno plant growing. There we go. So we got it. It's tall. Now it can focus its growth. So let's get it here. A little crisper. So you have our jalapeno plant that we're putting back. It's a lot less bushier than it was. Okay, now a big one that really needs pruning a lot, so our Goliath pepper is fine. I'm just gonna check to make sure that nobody else is bothering it, is our tomato plant. The tomato plant, see it's our jalapeno. Our basil, of course, we do our usual harvesting. So basil, you just keep harvesting, and it keeps growing. So let me harvest some basil quickly, because it is taking up a lot of space in our visual. It's blocking the light. Harvesting our basil. I'm putting our harvested plants over here. And now let's get this tomato plant out. So this tomato plant, the only issue with this tomato plant that we may have right now is that it is supported on. So I have to unhook its support. Not only is it supported on, it's growing through the other side. So let's see if we unhook it. There we go. All right, so we got it unhooked. We got it detangled from the other one. And here we go. Let's get this tomato plant trimmed. This one is the one in desperate needing of pruning. See, it's holding on to everything. This is our tomato plant. This tomato plant is rather large. So this is it here. This is why I'm not pruning it on the machine itself. And therefore, when I could sit down with it, I could get a better view of what he's pruning, turn it around. So this is the entire tomato plant that's in our garden. So it's very tall. There's a lot of dead leaves in here. Let's get it pruned and back in. Now it's fruiting, it's healthy. So we're just pruning it to make sure it stays that way and to get rid of any dead leaves that are just in here being suffocated, such as this one. So like this and a bunch of leafy extensions. So we got a lot of leafy extensions. Let's come back in here. We're getting rid of all of our leafy extensions that we got. All right, so here we go. So we have this one here. very dry. This here. So when I see flowers, I don't want to cut them off, which is why you should prune earlier than last minute, because then you're like, oh, I can't let go of this one. It has flowers growing. So anything that doesn't have flowers is going. Not anything, but anything that could have been pruned that has flowers on, I'm pruning it. Then we have stems or extensions that has already fruited. So they're gonna go too. So like this is just a dry stem that gave tomatoes. See, the tomatoes, we ate the tomatoes and it's just there. So we take those off. This one has fruit, so it's staying on. Has some leaves to keep those fruits healthy. And then we're gonna go to the next column, which is next to it here. And we got a lot of dryness going on. So I think I'm going to, this one also has a sucker on it. Just let go of this sucker. And this one is more healthier, has more flowers. This one is drying. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a little, she dropped her unicorn. Here. So I'm going to, this one's gonna go. And we're gonna let this stem here be a little stronger. And this one is already drying out right here. So since it was drying out, we took this one off. And we let this one stay. So we're just choosing now who's going and who's staying. Because we got a lot of growth down here that needs to come off. So I'm pruning from the bottom. This is vital when you're growing tomatoes outside to prune from the bottom. However, it helps because these plants at the bottom are just stems at the bottom are just taking away energy from the ones on the top. However, inside it's not as bad. These are the ones that get disease. They're close to the ground. So when you're outside, it's very important to prune from the bottom up. Or inside, it's just you want to get as much production, so you prune from the bottom up. Yes? Juice? Bathroom? All right, I think we have to take a bathroom break. Let's go. Juice? Let's get the juice. Juice is here. Here, juice. All right. So we got a sip of juice. We're going to continue pruning our tomato plants. Okay, so yes, when you're pruning inside now, in the garden, you don't need to worry as much as for the lower ones. But when you're pruning outside, it's very important that the lower ones. All right, so we're looking at these. Has a little bit of leaves on it. I just cracked this. So let's take this off. It has some flowers going. So I would have pruned this whole branch off. However, since it's late in the game, I'm only pruning off some leaves. This one, the whole branch can go. Nothing's growing on it. There's no tomatoes on it. It's just a branch that's just there. So again, it's easier to be like this where you could see it than the plant. So yeah, there's little flowers, but it's not. You can also, as you cut off some of these, the ones that grow in between the suckers, you can replant them if you like to. But the lower ones, especially if you're planting outside, you want to make sure that the bottom of the plant is clear. Air gets in there. You don't want anything touching the floor, hanging on the ground. Here, this is in the air, so I'm not worried about it hanging on the ground. So here we got another branch. You finished? Okay, well, here we got another. Thank you. Here we got another branch that has been, all the tomatoes has been eaten off of it. You want more juice? So this plant, oh, here it is. It's in between another plant. Okay, see, this is, they're growing and getting tangled up. So yeah, this stem again, you definitely want to get off these that have already been eaten. So this pruning, as you can see, is long overdue. You didn't have to wait this long.
Mommy.
So we're pruning off lots of side shoots.
Mommy.
Yes. That are just here. They're just taking energy. And we want our energy to go to our fruits.
No.
Our tomatoes. And our fruiting parts. All right, so this one is nice and green and healthy. This one is just growing out of another hole. Let's see what's going on here. Is everything on this branch? Everything on this branch is not doing well. So let's just go ahead and take up this whole branch. This branch does have new life growing off of it, which is one of these. So this branch can go. Had a few new shoots going on, but it had branched off into this one, which is vital, new, vibrant. So we'll let this one, see what this one is doing. There's a tangle up here. Leave the people. Right here, you gotta be a little gentle. Tomato plants, plants in general. I don't even know. This is why I had to bring it down here so I can see what is happening. Because if it's up there, the light is backlighting. Can't really see what's going on. Make a wrong clip, and a whole branch comes off. All right, so yeah, so this is not even on this branch. It's just coming from another branch. No. She's here having y'all lay down. They don't want to lay down. They want to see the tomatoes. So let's get this one out. Branches that have dry leaves. We're just trying to detangle them. There we go. So now I know what's going on here. Okay, so let's just check this branch. This one is good to go. Start this off. This is the healthier of the two branches that I just chose to cut off the other one. All right, so this one is growing straight here. This one is finished. So does it have a secondary shoot that's on it? All right, this belongs to this. It's like puzzling. These two here can come off. Now I have the side branch. I'm not sure where that's going, so we'll see. So we took this one off. And then we have these. So it's a lot of new growth here. Let's see what's going on with this. Nothing. Let's break this off. Because again, it's pulling energy. And some of our other plants. There we go. It does give our tomatoes a langy look, even though they're full. But we are keeping them clean and open. All right, so this one, so that's how I was checking before. I didn't know where this branch went. Sometimes it branches off and then branches off and then branches off. So this one is fine. Let's cut this off of the main branch. Nothing was going on here, so it's a little dry. We want our fruit, which is on this branch, to be fruitful. We got a lot of fruit growing on this branch, so let's keep it nice and airy. Now, one of the things to keep some of the plants that we have here shorter before it gets to this point is to do this earlier. If I did this earlier, the plants would be a little bit shorter, and then I wouldn't be ups. You want to get up? So I'm not wearing our carrier, but she wants to get on like we're on the carrier. All right. So then we have these. So these are definitely taking away energy from our main source here. This is how you want to sit? Oops, now I hit my knee. So you got these little, right there in the hand. So we got our bottom clear. So our food and energy is just gonna go right to the top.
Hey!
Now we have some other plants that are younger. I have the algae protector here. I did order some more. This is pretty good. Let's see. Okay, so we got this clear. We have this one which has some tomatoes on it, clear enough. We have this one. Let's take off one of these shoots. Give a little more energy. This one free and clear.
Happy.
All right, we have, this is part of this one. We got some little teeny weeny shoots growing out there. This one is hardened. After the fruit growing, it's really hard to, it's not as easy to just pinch them off. This one has three branches growing out, and I see one with little tomato flowers growing out of there. So, here, let's turn it a little. All right, so this belongs to this plant. There we go. Now this one, that's fine. This one is drying already. This one, we ate the tomatoes off. So let's cut it. See, this also has a lot of tomatoes growing off of it here. In all different directions. All right, this is a third wheel. That's what we should call them, third wheels. Sucker sounds funny. We got a third wheel growing on here. There we go. So we got our third wheels coming off. This, it has tomatoes on it, so it's still going down that path.
Mommy?
Yes. So anything that's also dry. So this one has the tomato on it, so I'm not going to cut. I can cut the other two pieces. You can see this one here. The tomato is growing on it still. So half of them we ate, half of them are still on there. Sometimes people take the whole thing off, wait till it ripens and takes the whole thing off. I only take off a piece. So, hold on. Okay, so let's get some of these. Let's see what's going on. Let's check this branch. Let's get this branch clean, clear. I'm ready to, ow! I'm ready to go. I got bit just now. The wrath of two.
Bite.
Yes, you bite. And then she says she bites.
Bite?
Yes, a bite. The bite hurts. It's not oh, and then she'll never say, oh no, you bit me. I should say, oh no. Here we go. So we have our fruiting tomato parts. I'm just gonna get our scissors, get our cuts in. Let's cut off a little bit of these. There's only one tomato left. So as soon as that tomato grows in, we'll be taking it out. Sorry, this is a little side shoot. I gotta make sure the side shoots are from which branch they're from and not growing onto something else. All right, and we have this one.
Ow!
This one's fine. Now let's take this one. Okay, so we got these over here. Now let's go to this branch. This branch is also very bushy. And we have fruits that have grown from down here that can come off. So we've already harvested that. Let's take off all the ones we already harvested from. This one is dry. This one is not doing so well. This this branch in general.
Mommy.
Yes.
Thank you.
You coming off the chair?
Thank you.
There you go. Okay, so this one in general is not doing so well. This just this branch, although the branch is doing very well. This one has a lot of new growth, but it also has some branches that the leaves are turning color. So we are definitely pruning those off. Gotta get these plants breathing, getting the air in between them. And again, our goal is the fruit, not the greenery. The greenery is nice to look at, but the fruit is nicer to eat. So when there's 3 as a crowd, we get rid of the crowd. Yeah, this one, some of the leaves are changing color. We got some light color leaves in here. This plant, this branch is supporting too much while it's here. So let's relieve it of some of that stress. And get some air in there. So leave our beautiful, let's see what's going on here, because we got lots of branches that are just, all right, so this one is flowering, and then it branches off to here. It has 2, 3 on there. Okay, so this can come off. This is where the flower is growing here. This one doesn't, this one here can come off, because this is the main branch that has the flowers growing off of it here. This is a side shoot. So we're just getting rid of all those extra side shoots and leaving room for our tomatoes to be healthy. All right, so we got, this is our after our tomato plant. So we have our tomatoes on, we have lots of flowers, we have air to get in there. Let's make sure we don't have any yellowing, not yellowing flowers, but leaves that aren't doing well. Let's get rid of those. Make sure we didn't miss any. So we're doing now. This is our support, this little string here is supporting the plant. Yes, this one is low. Let those tomatoes get their food. So yeah, so again, when you look at it, think of it as every one of these branches as a tomato plant. And then the bottom of every one of those branches, you definitely want to get rid of those leafy areas that are just collecting the food. When you see what are properly turned as suckers, you remove those as well. I just call them 3 as a crowd. So when you see 3 there as a crowd, you thin them out also. And here we are. First, we're gonna leave some leaves on. I'll say this leaf doesn't belong there, but it's been removed. You want to leave some leaves on because the plant does use leaves and turn them into energy. That's how it gathers sunlight. But you don't want so many leaves that there are no fruits. So we want, I wouldn't say we want balance, we want fruit. But you still want the plant to be able to do what it needs to do. So here we go. This is our tomato plant, pruned, and let's put it back up there. It's very heavy. Bathroom break? Come, let's do a bathroom break really quick. And then we'll head on to our next plant. So after this tomatoes, we'll see what else is on our garden that needs to be pruned. This pruning is important. It gives the plant room to grow and room to fruit. So that's what we want. And we want to help the plant focus on fruiting and not focus on growing leaves and being extra. We want the plant to stay healthy and make sure that it's breathable The air can get in. It's easy to pollinate. Fresh breeze. You can see that's why a lot of them are very long like this, because they're like reaching to get out of the bushes, because there were a lot of bush buildup on this plant. So that's where you get the really tall ones, reaching, trying their best to get out of there. You finished? Yes? Finished? Okay. All right. So let's now put our plants back. I mean, not our plant. We're going to put our tomato back and let our tomato, and see what else needs pruning, and continue our root check. That was our main plant that needed pruning. And of course, we're going to harvest some of our food. We definitely need to do that, get some harvesting going. But that was one of our main ones. The kale also needs harvesting or growing out. Our kale is doing great in this hot temperature, but the cool temperature inside, even though it's hot weather, and kale is not usually a hot weather plant. If we turn the AC down, the kale is going to be not feeling well. Yes? More juice? Water? What do you want more of? Okay, let's get this. Woo, 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 woo. Yes, tomatoes definitely need support, especially when there's fruit on them. Let's get our tomato plant back in and get it back on with its support.
Mommy.
While we're here, let's give this.
Mommy.
This what a Swiss chard. Swiss chard is very pretty. Tastes very good. It's very good for your health too. Okay, so let's get this in. Let's get our support out and ready, because these are some heavier plants. All right, let's get this on its own side of the garden. I make sandwiches with that. I like the giant leaves. Comes and tastes really good. Let's get our tomato plant in there. Don't want anything to break. There we go. Let's hook our support on. So I got this type of support. Just hook it on. And that's it. There we go. So we got our tomato plant growing. Let's get it out of here. Our spinach is doing well. Our jalapenos are 10 foot. Everybody's tall and skinny. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So some of these other plants, they were recently added. Let's turn you guys around. Let me get better light here. Some of these other plants were recently added. So you were here, when they came out of the nursery. We still have more plants to go in the nursery now, but let's just make sure they're doing okay. So we have our peppers, fine. They usually don't have root invasions. This is doing fine. Hibiscus, it's cool. Thyme, nothing is above the thyme. The roots do look a little dark. It looks like it's fighting algae. Swiss chard, again, it also looks like it's fighting algae. As I said, I got the covers, so that should hopefully help with that. This tomato plant is not tall at all. It stays its height. I pruned it before. We got one good pruning, and it is fruiting at its height that it's at, and it's doing good. So as you can see, several little bunches are going up here. We got a little bunch of tomatoes growing here. You can take out some of these extra leaves, but after they get that really good pruning, thank you. After they got that really good pruning the other day, it's been staying short. So this one got pruned early. As you see, it's short. There's several clusters of tomatoes. They're all close. It is a little bushy. So we're gonna take off some of these leaves to give some energy, but it definitely got its early pruning. So it didn't grow super tall. It has this nice, short, compact, healthy fruits. So this is what it shows, where it doesn't have to be tall to have a lot of fruits on it. This one could come off completely. Let me get my scissors. Actually, is it hooked on? Yeah, it is. All right. I don't want to take this one off because it is pretty heavy, although it's small, and it doesn't need the level of pruning that the other one needed. So it can be pruned right here on it. There we go. So this one, we already got the food off. We already ate the tomatoes. So we got a little pruning here, a little bit. This one, the tomatoes already came off also, so we can take that off. But yeah, we keep it short. This one has been staying short and healthy. So we keep this one, only had one long strand that we got to too late. It was already tall. Everybody else is staying at normal height. I mean, not normal, we're staying at this height and going. All right, sorry about that. That was a call. This one we ate here also. We ate here. Oh, actually, this is red, so we can pick that. We can pick that and prune this. There we go. So yeah, so this one stays pruned. This is kind of the look I was going for, which is a shorter plant with lots of tomatoes, as opposed to the look we had, which was a tall plant with the same amount of tomatoes. We don't want tall plants. We want short plant with the same amount of tomatoes. So let's see. It's sometimes kind of hard to see where it starts at. There we go. So that's what we're going for here, a shorter plant with lots of little clusters. So we got that. So this one was pruned in time. So it doesn't have really, really long, langy plants, pieces. Has lots of short clusters. The clusters are close and narrowing. I think that's good for this type of system. As you can see, this one has what? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I just took up 17. So 17 tomatoes growing on it. This one has about the same amount. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is 19. So this is a big difference to take up all this space and have 3 more tomatoes than this one here, which takes up about what, 5 inches and has the same amount of tomatoes. So that's kind of the goal. I have a new tomato plant growing on the other side where I want to keep them around that size. What is happening here? I was like, why do the cucumbers look like this? All right, so we got our cucumbers. We got some growing at the stem. What is happening here? Let's see. Make sure our cucumbers isn't robbing up anyone. Let's put them in their own water. So you got our cucumbers in here. We do have some little attachments here. which is too low. Nobody's going to make it, especially since we have cucumbers that do not pull everyone. Especially since we have cucumbers that have gone all the way around, up, turned this way, came back around, and is running. We're going to put it to run down here.
Die.
Run down this trellis.
Die.
All right, so we got our hibiscus. This is the one that needs a cover. One of these covers. Our hibiscus should be fine. It just came in. Again, the cucumber doesn't usually take up too much space. This pepper plant, we got a little red pepper growing in there. The sweet pepper plant, this needs some pruning. So let's see. Nothing is getting in there, is it? Oh, it's not. It's not stringed on. So let's get this one pruned. It shouldn't need too much pruning. We recently pruned it. It's very bushy now due to our recent pruning, but let's get it. Just give it a look. We got some yellow leaves on there. We have some stuff growing down low. So let's clean up our low area. Is it low hanging fruit? That's what they call it. Clean up our low hanging fruit. This one is red and we can have it ready to go. So we'll be eating that. Today's salad. Let's get the bottom cleaned up. From here. So let's get this. See what's going on in this whole branch. It's turned. I don't even know where it went. I'm going to take this one off. We just had a fruit come out of there. Should be good to go. All right. So, of course, we clean up the bottom. We start from the bottom. The bottom of each branch. We go to the next one. Clean up the bottom of that branch. Is anything happening here? Is there? Oh, I see a little white. All right. This is just bush at the bottom of this branch. So we're cleaning it up. That's a whole pepper right there. You can't even see the pepper starting. There's so much greenery. This one also. Yeah, there's so much greenery, one on top of the other. I don't even know. You just got to look in and see, where the joint is and let it grow from there. Then this one starts this branch here. So let's pull this one off. Every beginning of each branch is where we pull from. Pull the leaves off of. So we got another one there. All right, so this one goes here. Now we have this branch with this pepper on it. So the bottom ones are what we have coming off. So let's get these bottom leaves off. But interesting enough, the leaves are wrapping around itself. That's dangerous. She has a fork. She looks angry with the fork. You don't want an angry lean with a fork. We got another sweet pepper. See, look, she came at me with a fork already. All right, this leaf is not the greenest of greens. Let's cut this. I pulled them off my finger, but I need that precise cut. Pull this out. It has fruit going on in already also. All right, so we got these two. And then let's turn it. Check and see what's going on here. All right, we got some edging. It needs to come off. We got some unhealthy plants here with unhealthy leaves. It needs to go. This one, the pepper came off. All right, let's get this branch out of here. So we're just focusing our energy. This one, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Let's see, is there anything happening down here? No. All right, so let's clear this nodule up. There we go. So the food can keep that traveling up towards the pepper. Let's clear this nodule up. And let the food travel upwards towards the pepper. So we're trying to do. We're making sure the food and everything can travel upwards towards our fruit and not hang out at the bottom and keep these leaves green. So we're clearing off the bottom ones on each branch. All right, so this one is good. So basically clear out the bottom on each branch. All righty. We got here what's going on. This branch looks okay. Got a little bit of light extras. Okay, so this one was recently pruned. So it's not like out of control. Again, we're maximizing our fruit. It did grow tall because it was left for a little while without being pruned. So it is taller, but on my other one, we're keeping everybody pruned early. Well, we're not keeping them. Some of them also came from this garden and moved over. But we're trying our best to keep everyone pruned early. So we have short and impactful plants. Let them breathe, let them get their airing, and let them be fruitful and multiply. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got it pretty clear. Before you cut my toe off. Let's bring this back. We're pruning our peppers. So those are sweet peppers ready to go back in. Where were they? Oh, here they go. So sweet peppers ready to go back in. So yeah, pruning takes time. Sometimes I just do it when I have extra time. I'm walking by, and I stand there, prune a little, and that's it, and move on. I don't always some of these cucumbers that aren't doing too well in here. Clear the road. This cucumber plant is very tall. So here we go. Let's get the hand out of there. All right, so we got sweet pepper back in its home. Nice and pruned. Ready to focus on these beautiful sweet peppers that we have growing. We have some young ones here, some flowers. Get these sweet peppers doing well. Some of the leaves aren't doing too good. We're gonna spray them with some oil. All right, we got another empty spot here. We're not pruning the lettuce. For the lettuce, we just shake the roots. Lettuce doesn't live that long, so to say. That's okay. Celery. Oh, the celery smells strong. Celery is strong. Sometimes I can smell it from far away. All right, so everyone else seems to not have any root problems, is not in needing of being pruned. Went through our Swiss chart. No, everyone is staying. Got some cucumbers starting their life here. I blow it. That's to help with the pollination. We have very tall tomato plants, which we should have got to sooner. We're pruning, but we didn't, but it's okay. We have tons of other plants. Our jalapenos, which we pruned. And we definitely have a lot of spaces for what's in our nursery. So we have this garden has been refreshed and is ready for another few weeks of living its best garden. We're just gonna leave it and come and snack when we need it. Of course, we'll do some check-ins, especially on our new plants that we put in harvesting. We gotta do a harvesting soon. All right, let's put this back here. And let's move on to our other garden. So this garden has been refreshed. We refreshed the tank. We pruned our leaves, our trees, and let's go. We do have some open spaces. Now let's move to this garden. This garden, we got some big plants in here. That's why they want to start with this one. This one, we got some big plants. Let's start with checking in on our nursery. Let me put the light on in here. our nursery. How did you? She's eating this. She ate my Swiss chard. See, it's good for her. Got the kids eating healthy vegetables. All right, so let's check in our nursery and see what's going on. See who can be graduated and who can move into our garden, because we just cleaned up that other one, pruned and refreshed. Some of these plants may be ready to leave and go to our garden that we just did. As you can see, it's a big giant mess. This is what what needs to be addressed with behind the bushes. One of the things we do. How do we get this all? All right, I'm touching the things. Purple basil. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so we got this one. Watercress is tall. It's growing very tall. The roots are growing up. I think I might have to put it in. The roots have not developed at all at the bottom. Or is it? Is it developing out of sight? But they are developing up. As you can see here, we have roots growing out the top. So I think that it could benefit from some plant food. I did lighten the amount of plant food that's in there. The rule is that it's 1.5 inches of roots exposed development. This plant, if we have 1.5 inches of roots on the top, but not 1.5 inches of roots at the bottom. So I'm not quite sure what. I'm gonna leave it. I've been leaving it. You know, I'm gonna put it. Let's put it in the garden. See how it does with the food. If we see some improvement, then we will pull it out. I mean, we'll leave it in there. If not, we'll pull it back out. If it stays the same size, we'll pull it back out. So a few days in the garden won't hurt. The reason why we don't want to put them in the garden is the amount of food, but I have changed the amount of food that I put in the garden. 1 and 2, I have also, this plant's a little tall. So let's put it in here, a little less light, not in direct light. We're gonna put it on the side here so we can keep an eye out on it and go from there. And these top ones, let's take our lid off. The other day we ran out of lids. We had so much. So that's the food building up around it. I don't think it's the algae. It doesn't seem like that much algae. However, I'll give it a spray tonight with the hydrogen peroxide. So we're gonna put our watercress in and see how it does in there, because the roots have not been growing out the bottom, but the plant is very developed. All right, so we have our dill starting, which is good. These lemon peppers have been in here for a while. It is, yes, it's fighting a fight against some type of algae or growth. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to rinse out the container to see what this is. Looks like a plant is down there. All right, so I'm going to separate them out actually. There's something down here that is prohibiting this one from growing. Collard green is doing great. So we're gonna rinse out this container. So I'm doing great. Purple basil, the brine is ready to go. Kohlrabi, the purple kohlrabi. Let's see how it's doing. That's all. This is all the stuff we trimmed. Purple kohlrabi got a little root showing there, so it's doing pretty good. Dill just started. Dill, we literally just put in the seeds. Oregano is hanging in there, doing good. Addie, red mustard. It's red mustarding. The sorrel, these are all new seedlings. All right, so we're gonna rinse this one out. I'm gonna separate it now. They are a good size. I don't know what it is that has them having some extra growth going on down there. I'm gonna take a closer look and I rinse it out now. But let's rinse it out. Let's give them some water and let's go from there. This plant's actually doing pretty good. They're growing very fast. We have 3 more spaces. Let's put 2 of our overflow in there, which is the lettuce. This lettuce, I'm not sure if there's lettuce in here. Our assistant dropped the lettuce. And then we're gonna rinse it out and I'm gonna break down the peppers Let me see. Because the last time the pepper needed, it was too much food. I wonder if this is the food that was in there coming out. I'm going to rinse it out. I'm going to keep the pepper. I'm going to put the pepper in a separate one for it to grow in our overflow over here and see how the pepper feels growing in there. It does have, the leaves are developed, but something is inhibiting its root growth. And it looks like it's some type of algae. So I'm just going to rinse this off and go from there. All right, so let's start with, all right, the broom the broom we're taking outside. Let's put this here. Let's do our lineup. We've done this before. We just get them out. We got we got purple basil, red sorrel, red sail lettuce, collard greens, lime basil, oregano, and dill. All right, so we got some stuff going on in here. And clean this out. We've refreshed the tank. We're going to refresh this. It would be easy to refresh it outside, but let me refresh it at the sink. We're closer to outside. I'm going to refresh it at the sink, and I'll be back in a second. Keep an eye on these plants. Make sure they don't go nowhere. All right, so I rinsed it out. This water has a little bit of food, very light amount of food. So that's good for our plants. Quick drink. We have our container that's clean. I am going to try to clean out the inside of this more detailedly. A little paper towel. I have one of those sponges. However, the thing with the sponge that I don't like is that it doesn't really get in there. I think we need to soak this to clean it. This hasn't been that long, but we do have sometimes little pieces of plants fall in. So like this. We don't want it causing any stress or adding any algae growth or anything on our, and it's much harder to see because it's gray. It's not like this is white and the other one's white. You can actually see if there's any discoloration or anything growing in there. How clean the vinegar got it. Maybe I should leave some vinegar in the water. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna leave some extra because yes, there is algae growing in here. So we're gonna work on making sure that we don't have to worry about algae with these plants also. And I'm going to add the things that I add in the regular garden to make sure that because the water didn't stay in here, I didn't think we would still have this type of issues, but apparently we do. Now, algae with the big plants are not really an issue. Algae with the babies, it's very competitive because they're babies, the algae is small, they're eating the nutrients, the babies are just getting the little bit of nutrients they can get. So it's a fight in there. So we got to make sure that they get everything that they can and they don't have any algae competition. So I'm going to be adding some peroxide in here. You're not gonna eat, that's not chips. She found some candy. I'm anti-candy. Yes, as you can see, we do have quite some algae growth in here. And algae is very competitive with the plants. Yeah, because that lemon pepper, it's old, it's growing, but it's also not rooting. The roots are very important. So it's very important to have healthy roots. Plants have healthy roots. See, underneath it, it's fine. It's really hard to see in here. Okay, so I'm going to do one more rinse just to be on the safe side because I rinsed and I still got quite a lot of algae out. So I'm going to do one more rinse with some vinegar. And then I'm going to add, when we do this, we're going to add some of that Hydro Boost, or you can add peroxide. I'm not giving this candy. Or you can have some peroxide in there and it would keep it from the growing as much algae as this has grown, which is very minute, but you can see the algae like here. Well, this is some of the stuff on the table, but like outside of stuff on the table, this one here. See the algae. All right, so let's get this. One more rinse. You're getting chips. Here. Chips. You don't want chips? You want this? Yeah. All right, so let's do one more rinse. No, you're not eating those candies. No candy. No candy. No candy. She's finding candy from everywhere and adding candy. All right, so we are back. We got it pretty much cleaned out. And we're gonna do a little mix here. So whoops, put a drop of food. Drop of food in. We're gonna add in, again, as I pour, it goes down. We're gonna add in some regular water. But we're gonna add in some anti-algae items. Did I put it back? I didn't put it back, or is it out here still? Because I usually do cleanup after. I didn't have the stuff. All right, so I'm gonna use a cap fill. I use my spoon. There's a cap fill in there. Let's see if we dust off whatever. Are we at the right amount of water? Yes, we are. Let's dust off whatever it is. We got stopping our roots from coming out. We have a little root showing here. It's one and it's so small. There should be a lot more root development than this, especially with pepper plants that are this size. We gotta, come on. Guys, let's get it. So let's get them in. We got our food. We're strengthening our plants. And we're going to put them to soak for 5 minutes. Let's check the time. All right, I don't have my watch on. I'm going to have to go look at the time somewhere else other than on the phone. But we'll do 5 minutes. So let's put them all in. The brine is going to be, it's leaving. Give them their little drink. They weren't really thirsty, but I don't want any algae or anything growing, so we're giving them some fresh water with some food. And we're letting them get their 5 minutes. So let me go see what time it is to see about the 5 minutes. Okay, so 55 is our 5 minute mark. Want water? Want juice? You want juice or you want water? Juice? Water? That's the only 2 options for thirsty kids. Oh, let's get her some juice. And we got 5 minutes left. Oy. Let's get the juice. we got 5 minutes. With our 5 minutes, we are gonna go back to our garden. So let's get back to our garden and see what we got going on here. So yeah, this is why I go, sometimes, it might take us a couple of days. Okay, so we have some large peppers, which I wanted to take outside. Let's prune this pepper down. This pepper is massive. And it has grown outside of the side of the garden. Let's take this whole stem off. We got pepper growing on it. We are going to eat that one. I can feel you were right behind me. I can sense. All right. We got basil that's growing tall. We have to do a root check, but we have to get through the stuff first. So our pepper has grown past the height of the sheen. It's also being afflicted by, I don't know what. Let's take this. So we're going to trim off. I'm trimming off the whole parts. The armpit. Oh, no, this one has to go outside because I noticed that we had a lot of algae growth and near these where they don't have the proper covers. So these that don't have the proper covers, they're going outside. So we're going to take this outside today. Let me go cover it now. I was just trying out something when I tried this. It was okay, but it is still letting in a degree of light to the plants underneath it. So I can't re-put them into another cube, even though I have more cubes now. At that time I didn't. So I'm just going to take them out and take them outside. Here. Her straw fell out. So yeah, so we're going to keep those covered. They're letting in too much light to the plants near them, and it's causing them to suffer. So this one was letting in too much light on this plant here. And so this plant has a lot of algae growth. Even though it has the cover, it has an insane amount of algae growth because the light is coming in, because it's not the cup that's usually used. So I'm adjusting some of those, getting some of those plants that have that and taking them out. Our next row of plants we have here, we have our, what is this? Oh, lettuce. We have tons of basil. I'm just going to cut this basil down as we do so often. I should move the basil to there. Basil is growing in low light, high light, medium light, thoughts of light, planning to have light, no light, the basil is growing. So we have basil that's growing a lot. We have a lot of basil. Just cutting it, trimming it right off. Oh, you guys can't see me. Trimming off the basil from here. Trimming the plant down. Because we have a lot of basil. And yeah, we got some outside, inside, in the kitchen. The ones in the kitchen rooted before we can eat it. We have more basil than we can eat. This is why the people sell in the grocery store. I'm going to have to start giving this away. Find people who need basil. Pizza shop. I'm sure they would like this overproduction of basil. All right, this one's in a normal container, so that's fine. See, it was growing so big that it grew out of the container because it wasn't even sitting in the container. All right, so we got another strong tomato plant. All right, this one I think is also in a cup, so I might take it out. All of the pepper plants, they're pepper plants that are in these weird cups that are causing light to get in. So this is another one, so I'm taking it out. Let's unhook it, pull it out. They're doing good potted, so we're gonna pot them, put them in our green stock, and put the other one in our green stock and take them out. Yeah, too much light is going into. As you can see, a lot of algae is growing in it. It's letting in too much light because I use like a aftermarket cup, and too much light got in. So I still have a cap here. So we're taking those out. They're going to be growing out. We're not going to be using those aftermarket caps anymore that are shaped like that. I'm going to promise no more aftermarket stuff, but I'm not using the aftermarket cap because that's what happened. All right, so we have a tomato plant here. And this is the plant that I said we're starting new. And we're going to promise not to get big and giant and tall and lanky because we never prune it. So we are pruning this tomato plant from day one. All right. We got our bottom ones. We're taking off our bottom ones. I know how the light's going for you guys. Let me see if I get you guys in better light. All right, so there we go. We got our bottom ones coming off. This plant is already very tall. There is a crowd coming off. We are focusing on fruit and tomatoes. We're hungry and we're here to eat. Right? We're here to eat, right? Yes. All right. Right. All right. So we got a lot of spinach hanging out. All right. So we have this branch. All right. Now we have this branch, and this branch has two bottom ones here. We're taking off the bottom ones. Because we are focusing on fruit. We're not growing tomato bushes. We are growing tomato fruit. And we have this one's here at the bottom. It can come off. This plant is already very tall. No. That's not for that. She's using the the leaf to wipe. All right. Then we have this one. Nothing's going on. And this one. We are focusing on our fruit. So we got our tomato plant pruned at a young age. It's still tall. It's okay. We got plenty of fruit, and we're focusing all of our energy on this tomato plant on the fruit. Next door neighbor, on the other hand, is living his best bushy life. All right. Oh, good thing we don't have anyone out. It's watering. That's what it sounds like. It's a little hum. It's okay. So this one here, this one was pruned before, but it grew. When you prune also, people say this, it grows back like really quick, really fast. You get a lot more, a lot more stuff grows back. So pruning is a good thing. And everything grows back super quickly. So this one was pruned down early also. So we're pruning this one on its thing, especially now the water started. I was going to take it to the table. Since the water started, I'm going to, that's our time is done. That's our timer. This is why you prune at the table. Because I pruned it and then cut off a whole bunch of flowers. But this one wasn't doing so well. It was dry, so it's okay. I am going to, that's our timer. That's our time for us to go get our plants that are our nursery plants out. So after we get our nursery plants out, we'll come back and continue pruning this. We're going to prune this tomato at the table because it's big. Our nursery plants have hit their time. The 5 minutes is up. Yes, as you can see, every time I make this trip from this table and back, the place gets messier and messier and messier. All right, so let's go. Let's get everybody out. We don't have to really shake them out like this. It's an easy lift.
What? What's that?
Their water drips out. I'm giving them a little shake, but it's not necessary. I'm just checking, make sure all the water drains out the bottom. That's what I'm actually doing. Some of the water stays in there under the hole. Because I did a little cleanup, I want it to be the case. And then come on, Lemon. You got one root showing all these nice juicy plants and not even half inch, quarter inch. We're waiting for half inch and you're ready to graduate. All right. So this water is fed and in good condition. So we're gonna use water. We got some plants over here that came from our hydroponic environment. So I'm sure they'll like some hydroponic food, even though they're now living in the soil. So we got our decor plants, decor switch yard. We gotta add some hydroponic food in there. And our pepper plant here. We'll add some of our water. So we're not wasting any of the water. Whoops. So we're just gonna shake it out in there. And put our nursery right back together. Yeah, every time I take this trip, the place there's more and more plants. We gotta do a cleanup. All right, where is the cover? Doesn't matter. We're gonna get it someplace else. All right, so we have our brine. Our brine we're gonna thin and carry outside. We got some roots down there. We'll leave one of our brines inside and carry the rest outside to grow strong and have some nice food. All right, so let's carry this back. Again, both of our gardens are watering. So yeah, try to do any movement outside of watering time, so that nothing is open and the water's not like flying out. This is the first watering after we refresh the plants. Okay, let's put the remote up here. Let's put this down here. Also, while I am, one of the things I do is when I'm pruning, I drop the prune stuff on the floor and then come and sweep and vacuum after. But then I put the, wow, this is growing. I put the other items on top. So the prune stuff goes on the floor. Uh-oh, Addie. And here we go. And the food that's harvested goes on top. Okay, so let's check some more roots in the meantime. Oh, no, we're going to do the lettuce until it's finished watering. All right, yeah, as I said, every time we go by, this path gets more and more messy, more and more things. All right, so let's do our brine. Let's thin our brine. They're all going outside. I don't think this is brine lettuce. I'm not sure. But what I usually do when I plant the lettuce is, if I have any of these extra cups, as I said before, these hold the light from going in, whereas the other ones, it was letting a lot of light in. So I stopped using it. I'm leaving one of them in here. And then carrying the rest outside. So I'm just going to put them in that water right there. As you know, I leave them in a little bit of water. So now I just save these. Even these, whoops, the root came off. So this one's not gonna do good. Even when, or sometimes it does. So as you saw just now, I got the root. I didn't do it smooth enough and the roots didn't stay on. When that happens, sometimes I just throw it in the soil and it re-roots. Sometimes they survive, sometimes they don't. So that's just how that goes. All right. Thank you. This is our temporary nursery she's in there playing with.
Mom.
All right, so we have opened them up and we're getting out our lettuce to go outside in our green stalk.
Mommy.
And we're leaving the rest of it inside. So we have our new green stalk also. I got 2 of these. All right, so let's see. This one has true leaves. So we're going to leave the one with the true leaves on in there. But we're going to make sure you get out smoothly. So I just followed the path of the root. There we go. Oh, yeah. And I try to put them in some water. Since we have all this water that's spilled here. All right, so we're going to put this lettuce back in. And we're going to put this into our garden. And those go outside. By the time we finish, actually it'll be finished and we can prune out, take our tomato out to prune. All right, so I saw a lot of empty spaces here. That's a towel we used when we were resetting. So let's see if we have where we have our empty space. What is going on? Let's garbage truck. See if we have our. Let's brush this out. See if we have empty space here. Okay, so we have full. We just put one in there, the watercress, our lettuce. Here we go. We got a little space. Even though I don't like putting, let's do it here. Let's put it on the side. I don't like putting too much lettuce in the highest of high sunlight or lighting. It doesn't need the most lighting on the planet. So I put them in like medium light. I tend to put them. She took it. Oh, thank you. I was like, where did it go? All right, so we're gonna come back around. We gotta do our little cleanup. Okay, come back around and wipe these. When the cover's on, the food is just on the outside. It just builds up there because it's not getting absorbed, nothing's eating it, and that's why that's there. Okay, so we are going to, the water has finished running. Let me leave you guys here so that we can prune our tomato. And I'm also gonna get a container so we can take this tomatoes, these pepper leaves, everything we pruned, and take it outside to turn into soil for next time. So let me just get a container for that and bring over our tomato plant. Where's our pruning scissor? Snip. All right, well, can't find it. Oh no, I didn't do my usual hook. I actually tied a knot. All right, so we have our tomato plant. This tomato plant was utilizing the trellis. Here it is. It has utilized the trellis, so I couldn't get it out. So let's do some pruning with this plant. I couldn't get a container because I had to hold the trellis also. But let's just get something to clear this up because we got a lot going on here. We don't want, when we're finished, to have to do too many things. Okay, so, oh, look at our tomato. We got tomato down here. Adeline was picking tomatoes. All right, let's get a little container. To carry this across the yard. So we got our little container here, and this is where we're gonna put what we covers. We want to keep a little clean and organized because we have a lot. Today's been a lot of pruning. Pruning is always a messy adventure. That's usually why I do it little by little. Just go, sweep, and when I'm done, and that's it. But we are going to get this. Put this in our little container because we still have more pruning to do. So this plant has been growing in all directions. This tomato here. So it's been growing up, down, forward, back. Yes, up, down, forward, and back. Okay, so we have our forward one. All right, so we got some leaves that have just been here. So again, we start from the bottom and move our way up. So we start at the bottom of this branch. Again, when it's outside, you always want to clean up the bottom branch because you don't want these in the soil getting into any mischief. Or not getting into any mischief. You don't want it in the soil. You don't want any bacteria growing. You don't want your fruit on the floor. So You don't want to create low-hanging fruit, put it that way. So you always start from the bottom. This one broke on our adventure. No, it didn't break on our adventure. It fell out. There we go. Okay, so here we are. This one is dry. Let's get this off. This one broke on our adventure. It's just hanging. So when you see it hanging, all right, this is okay. We got some fruit growing here. So this 3 is a crowd. So we got our crowd growing here. These 2 leaves. We're doing okay. Let's take this one off. It's a little dry. Any dry ones? This whole branch is dry. So let's get rid of this branch. There we go. And then we have this one. We're gonna leave some branches unfinished fruit. So this branch is done and good to go. This one has been holding on like this. I was trying to get the last bit of fruit off, but it still keeps growing. It's only on by one little piece. I'm gonna take it off because yeah, it broke by accident months ago, and I was like, let me just let the fruit become, let's eat the fruit. It has some flowers growing new, but really hang on by thread. So let's just let it go. Let's let some of our other pieces. This is not the first time pruning this plant. Again, as you can see, this one, as I said, it grew through the trellis, and I was having trouble getting it out of the trellis and then getting the trellis off of the thing. So, Addie, so I took it off with the trellis because as you saw last time, there we go. So this one is growing backwards away from the light. I think the light reflects on the wall. And it gets light from there. I don't know, but it grows backwards, not just forward. All right, so this one we have lots of fruits. That's not fun. She's having a good time doing raspberries. This one is hanging off. This one we ate the fruit. The ones where we ate the fruit are usually more mature and very hard. So we ate the fruit here. Then we have this branch. Then we have this branch next. Okay, this one has fruit on it right now. Ow. Let's separate these 2. So yeah, we don't want it this bushy where they're so tangled. All right, so let's go and see what's going on here. This one is a sucker. 3 is a company. This one is growing. We cut it off, but it's new life is starting there. 5. This one, let's see, we have some stuff coming off here. Getting off the bottom. This one we ate off of, so let's see if what we ate off is finished. Let's see, she's been moving, you guys. I don't know if you guys can still see me or not. She's making rain indoors. All right, there we go. You guys can still see me. Okay. So there we have, let's get this off of the base. This tomato is red and it's not getting, it's not getting any redder. So we'll let it go. It's not getting any bigger. And all the other ones on that section grew up already. Here we have another ones that we harvested. We have another harvest that's already harvested.
What?
We have some leaves. That's fine. This one is already harvested for the most part. I mean, we're just gonna finish wrapping up that harvest. We're gonna eat that as it comes out. We have some discoloration of leaves here. All right, this is good. Now we go through our next one. This one we have a lot of dry leaves. So there's definitely too much. See what's going on with this stem. This stem is okay. This stem just ends into nowhere, so there's no reason why this stick is here. So let's cut it. Let everything just branch off that way. This is just a dry. Three's a crowd.
No.
Let's see what we have going on here. So we have a lot of new growth. These are the base bottom level for that stem. Let's take the bottom ones off. This is like 5 is a crowd. So we have a lot there. What is going on there? Got some mechanics going on outside. Stop biting. That's biting. No biting. Biting is not fun. Especially when you have teeth.
Bye.
No. No biting.
Bye.
No bite. No biting.
Bye.
No. This is not. There's other things you can bite. You want to bite the tomato? Here. You want to bite the tomato? Bite. It doesn't taste as good? You don't want that? Oh, biting me is not nice. All right. I had to address the biting. It's very hard to focus while being bitten. Because she doesn't want that. She wants to bite me. That's more fun.
Bye. Too.
All right, so we got a lot of low lying ones here.
Bye.
This whole stem has already been eaten, so no bite. So let's get rid of this.
Bye.
This is more than 3.
Bye. No.
This is a whole
Not me.
group.
Not me.
It's like 5 of them coming out of here. So 3 is a crowd, 5 is just too much. See, 5, no. So this one also, this is another 5 section intersection. Yeah, so 5, definitely too much. Alrighty. We are focusing on fruit. You can't climb up them. They're watching. She is attempting to climb up the tripod. So as you can see, this one is growing all directions because it was growing out the back. 2 were growing out the back, out the front. Everyone's growing in their own direction. Also, we pruned this plant before. And so it grew back very quickly. This is also in one of those funny containers. That don't let the light in. Don't let the light in. So we might have to remove this from the garden soon. But we'll see how it's going. It's doing very well. I don't want to have to remove it. If I remove it, you have to remove it because it's in one of these netting containers like this. I'm going to remove it and probably put it over there to get some good light. The light over there is pretty good. But it gets some good light and it's short, so it's okay. It's not a tall plant. It can fit right on the top shelf and get some good light and live its life out in the soil. So let's see what's going on here. Let's keep pruning. And there you go. So this plant is growing from side to side. There we go, in the garden. Front to back. This is definitely more than 3. So anytime you see 4 stems coming out of one main one, that's too many. 1 is 3 is a crowd. Anything more than that, 4 stems is excessive. 4 is too much. As you can see, they have groupings going on here. So this one is 1, 2, 3. That's another group right there. They're very small, so we let them live their best life. All right, so we have pruned this one. It's nice and thin, lots of fruit. Let's focus on our fruit. That's our motto: fruit focus, fruit sensor. So you can see, there's tons of fruit growing on this, but it's been growing through back, front, and center. So it hasn't been going through directly. All right, so let's go. Oh, come on. Let's go to the next one. Those were our towels that we set down so that we can make sure not to spill when doing our, so here we go. So we're gonna put this back. The trellis is, I had to put the trellis back after. But yeah, the tomato was growing through the trellis. So as you can see, it was going forward, sideways, and up. So it was growing this way. We had this growing this way. It was growing all over the place. So we are going to tie this back onto the trellis. So I gotta go get the trellis. And this tomato plant is holding on there. This one's also growing through the back. I'm gonna go get the trellis now. Just hold on. And our support. So the trellis is not only good for the tomatoes, it's good for everything else too. So let's put our trellis back on.
Whoa.
So we gotta get it in easily. I think this one when I did it, I didn't have any plants on here.
Eat that. Eat that.
She's ready for some pizza.
Eat that. Eat that. Eat that.
There we go. So we got our trellis on. Daddy. Let's tie our little loop
Mommy.
to support our plants. The main part of the stem. Just gonna tie it and then hook it on. I think I'm gonna make my tie and then hook it on. What? Who turned the light off? She turned the light off. Sorry guys. Don't turn the light off. Why would you touch it? I couldn't believe this is the first time she ever turned. No, stop touching it. Stop touching it. Usually the button, the thing is there. Usually the the nursery is on top of the button, so she never touched the button. But she's turned off the light. Our garden plants, it's nighttime for them. They can't believe it. They don't know what they are just as shocked as I am. They were in the middle of stuff and now it is night. So she turned off our light in the garden. This is what the garden looks like with no light on it. Hopefully it turns back on shortly. If not, I have to go look in to see if I have to restart it or what. Usually we do not, that's like the reset button. And she's never touched the reset button before. So she has just reset the garden and turned off all the lights on it. But we can continue with our pruning. We did our tomatoes. These plants are for harvesting, not pruning, so we'll leave them there. Our broccoli, so these are harvesting, not pruning plants down here. Our broccoli is growing very large. Again, I'm taking out some of those plants that don't have the original containers. So we're just, oh wait, before I squeeze this up, our purple kohlrabi is growing in between. Ooh, this is a lot of, well, you know, I don't even know because the light's off. It could always be that color. Purple kohlrabi is growing in between our spinach. So let me see, I can't even tell what container the spinach is in. There's so much spinach growing out of there. But we have our spinach down there. We have our broccoli. I'm not going to prune our broccoli. We're just going to get some leaves and make some sandwiches with our leaves or saute them. So you don't have to wait till the broccoli head is fully a broccoli head. You can eat the leaves off the broccoli head in the meantime. So I'm going to take some of them off, especially the ones that are blocking the light from other plants, the massive ones that are taking up lots and lots of space.
It's gone. No.
Let's see what's going on. Yeah, she really turned it off. So we're just going to give our broccoli some space to grow. And let's see if we get it back on. I can't believe this is the first time she's ever done something like this. And I don't usually turn it off. Like something is happening.
Eat that.
All right, so we have our iceberg lettuce. Our iceberg lettuce hasn't really been doing too well in here. We took it out. We let it grow in the stuff here. We have a little broccoli head forming. So we're starting our broccoli there. It's our tomato plant. It can use some support also. I'm gonna tie it on and give it some support now that we've trimmed it. Well, yeah, we're gonna try to keep these plants petite and fruitful, especially our fruiting plants. We don't want a lot of space. We want it petite and fruitful. The spinach, this is the spinach is gonna do what it has to do. But the fruiting ones, we want petite and fruitful plants. All right, so we have our spinach. Oh, our hibiscus is doing very well. Just to check in on it. And I eat our spinach every day. And these are our cucumber plants that we took out of the nursery just the other day. And they are just growing up here. All right, so let's see what's left for us to do today. Today we spent a lot of time pruning. I think we got all of our indoor garden plants pruned. I'm gonna have to plant these outside. So that's what we're gonna do right now really quickly. Is plant plants that need to go outside. The plant fell out of the container. So this is a container that I use just to transport, just to put them in, and it just dropped out. Let's get the container back in here. There we go. All right, so we got our pepper plant, which fell, and then we have our lettuce, which needs to go outside. This pepper plant also needs to be pruned too. The reason why I just dropped it and put it in there is because it needs to go outside, so it'll be easier to prune it outside. So let's get our lettuce, our brine that we just thinned. So I'm gonna put this in this basket as well. Let's head outside to our green stalk and get these in there. I'm gonna put the mature pepper plants in our green stalk that's out of the sunroom, and the baby ones, our lettuce can go inside of our sunroom. So we have our new green stalk. I haven't yet started putting the seedlings in there. We're gonna have to do another day to get all of our seedlings here into our yellow green stalk. It's so beautiful. It is. We're doing all this pruning. Oh, I need to eat some of this lettuce right here. The lettuce is doing very good outside, especially I feel like it's the fact that it's been raining and it's cold. It's been doing very well. While we're out here pruning, we have a pepper plant that it is in the soil and needs to get these first little things gone. So let's get this. Yes? Bathroom? All right, so I gotta we gotta do a quick bathroom run, and then we'll be back. Because you know, toddlers, we can't wait. So these leaves, as you can see, they definitely need some help. So we're gonna get them out. We're gonna get our lettuce nice and flourishing like that. All right, bathroom. Let's go. Ugh. That my time is almost up with the phone. So we're just going real quick. Let's prune off this bottom again. You got to get rid of the bottom one so that the energy can go right to the top and we can get our nice peppers. It looks like a nice giant, but these are hot. That's hot peppers. I even take the bottom leaf off, but you know, we cleaned out the bottom. We are going to need to plant the hibiscus in soon. First things first, let's get these peppers outside. Oh, the lettuce. Let's get the lettuce in. We gotta get our lettuce out. We have a little baby lettuce here. We planted some baby lettuce in our lettuce tray. That giant mustard green is coming out. This plant here, this is our lime. We had a party out here, so I had to bring my plant stands and take them off the table and use the table for the party. So, I just dropped the lettuce. All right. This pot apparently does wonders for the lettuce. Look at the lettuce that was here the other day. It's doing well. So I just stick them in. It's cool. It's damp. gonna rain, not today, tomorrow. So I'm gonna add a drop of water, just a drop. And we're gonna take this mustard green out soon and bring it to the front yard to seed. At this point, it's probably gonna seed back here. All right, let's see, because you guys can't see what I'm doing. Is that the bees drying? Oh, my black beans are drying. It's time, it's time. We're gonna get some beans to eat. We're gonna have beans and collard greens, and beans and collard greens. All right, that's Addie ready. All right, so oh, we got pepper. We got a little pepper going in here. All right, so let me go. Retrieve her from the toilet. Yes. Our lettuce planted. Our lettuce is in there. Now we're gonna get our peppers inside. So I gotta hurry up because yes, the phone did warn me that I'm running out of time. So let's just get some of these peppers cleaned up a little. I brought one out the other day, cleaned it up. This is our third pepper pruning for the day. We are going to get our little shovel. We can prune it more at a different time, but the phone was like, oh, the batteries are but so much. Let's get this out there in the sun, the bright of the sunlight. Let's cut the roots. Let them grow straight into the soil. Get some stimulation. We're gonna find a place in the one out there. I'm sure there's spaces. Let me go get our little shovel and let's put this one outside. Here it is. Unlock the door. Ugh. Let's get outside. Alrighty. So yeah, a lot of our citrus plants aren't in here because we had that rain. That was just raining a lot. Let's just put this up here. Let's find us a space. This is our potato. It smells very potatoey, y'all. I'm so used to turning it. Let's see what's going on here. These are very green tomatoes. The tomatoes are making a comeback. There's a space there, but I don't want to put the pepper plant there. Something's eating the peppers here. This is not good. Zucchini. Let's see what we got here. We have more. Here's our pepper plant that's really big here. Let's prune this pepper plant just a little bit while we're here. We gotta get the bottom shrubs out. So let's get that. Because the soil, this is vital because we don't want anything growing up the bottom. So this is vital when it comes to pepper plants that are in the soil. So these are in the soil, so we have to do this. The ones inside is just good health. All right, this looks like a good spot here. So this is next to, what type of plant that is that? We're gonna put it next to our, no. Chickpeas, that's what that is. Once you touch it, I remember the name. No. Let's see if we can get it in here. Let's scoop it out. As you can see, it's very, 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 very wet. Everything is very, very wet. That's her brother. He's doing car things. Add some more soil here. Let's get this in there. Yeah, again, leave it. There's been a lot of rain. So we got in our green stalk. Yeah, we got a lot of not so healthy things going on here. Yeah, this plant, good thing it came out. Now we can really see its needs. You know, do not, no, that's not what you do. No, that plant is good. That's our chickpeas. That's no,
Ah!
no, no, no. The peas it stays on. Yeah, you don't pull this off either. You have a gardener in training. She's like, oh, okay. She's also pruning, but no more pruning. Wait. All right. That's it. No
And
more.
this.
That's it. All right, let me go get some more soil.
This.
It's not that long. I don't even know where I put the soil. Where did I put it? There. Yeah, so we had a little party, and I put everything away. So this is, I haven't really been watering this. I haven't watered it in days because it rains every single day for several hours a day. As you can see, the soil is soaking wet. It drains out, but my goodness, it's not like it didn't rain for a long time. The plant was being watered, so it's it's not like the soil was dry because it didn't rain for a couple of weeks and then it started raining like in the front. Okay, so we got this. We got our soil in for a pepper plant, and we'll come out here and probably do that again. So these are our potatoes. Our potatoes are there. It's almost time. So we're watching the time. No, you can't climb up that. She's climbing up our plant stand. All right, what's going on our potatoes? They are full. They're growing in full force over there. Let me just show you really quick. I don't know where the thing is. We got cut off the flowers, but that's our potato, and they're in bags. So they're growing like that in containers.
Ma!
Yes. No, you can't climb up there.
Ooh.
That's not where you sit. All right, so this is our green stalk outside. We just did some plants. While we're out here, let's just do a check-in. I know the batteries, we've been on for a while and the batteries are almost done. Let's do a quick check-in. Look at this one. This one is not feeling well. Although, even though it's not feeling well, it is doing well. Oh my goodness, this one, the potatoes, the tomatoes split. They were out here so long. Let's drop it in the ground. We're probably gonna have little tomato plants growing now. I'm gonna come back out in a little while and start harvesting really quickly. But as you can see, some of the leaves aren't feeling well. What is that? It's a bug. Some of the leaves aren't feeling well. So I think I overfed it at some point. So we're doing, even though the leaves aren't feeling well, it's still doing, the plant has produced a lot of tomatoes. It's producing well. So we'll just hope that the leaves start to feel better. Some of the extensions are feeling better. This is a vining potato. It's vining down now. But I expected it to grow across, but it's vining low, but it's okay. We'll have it keep climbing. Just keep climbing. Just keep climbing. And we're going to harvest these tomatoes soon. Again, I'm going to have to harvest them off camera because this is not, yes, Addie? Yes, I'm going to have to harvest it off camera because we don't have any battery. Well, thank you very much for joining. We have done a lot today. We did a lot of pruning, a lot of organizing our indoor garden. I'll be filming again. We got to go check in on our outdoor garden. We have to get those seedlings up and into our green stalk. So I will see you guys next time for everything you saw here today. If you'd like more information, more written information, please visit our website at avgardening.com. And follow us for more support on Patreon at patreon.com / Angeline Verdant, VERDANT, for more videos and for more content, more behind the scenes stuff. And thank you very much for watching. I've been Angeline and the team.
Mom.
You hear the team there, nice and clear. Thank you much for watching. I've been Angeline and the team, and stay green always. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.